Hello YouTube, my name is Annette, aka Crushing Smile, aka Southern Firecracker only if you make me, and I just wanted to bring you guys along because today we are making calzones from scratch and I thought that you guys might enjoy. Alright, let's get us started on the calzones. Okay, so in here I have 2 cups of flour. There's gonna be 2.5, but I put the, sorry, can you guys see that? I set a half a cup of flour off to the side because I don't want to put it all in at once. Because if you dump it all at once, you might run into the issue of it being a little too dry and not doing what it needs to do. I have 2 teaspoons of sugar. I have 2 tablespoons of oil. I have a cup of warm water. I have 1 packet of active yeast, and I have different spices and Parmesan Romano cheese. So, like I said, I already have my 2 cups of flour in here to start us off with. In this empty bowl, 1 cup of water in this bowl, this empty bowl. And then inside, I'm going to go ahead and put my sugar. And then I'm going to dump my yeast. And I'm going to give it a stir to make sure everything gets incorporated. Okay. Alright. We're going to stir that. We stirred that. And we're going to let this sit for a minute, because we want to see if it's rises or foams up. Once it foams up, then we know that our yeast is good. I'll snap a picture of the foam, what it needs to look like for anyone that's new to doing this. It's not dead yeast. And once we know that, we're going to take and we're going to pour it right in our flour. I'm going to set him off to the side because we are done with him. And then within the confines of the flour over here, I'm going to adjust you guys. So in here, I have all of my spices, my Parmesan, I have basil, I have rustic Italian, I have a few crushed red peppers. It wouldn't come out to save my life. And then I have garlic powder, and I'm just going to dump all of these right in here. You don't have to do this like that if that's not what, you don't have to use all of the herbs. You remember, when you're cooking, you're doing it to your taste, not mine. In here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my oil. Remember, I got 2 tablespoons of oil. We're going to make sure we mix all the seasonings and stuff in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour this right on in there. And then I am going to mix this off camera because this is very loud, and I'll come back. Okay. So my dough is all together. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. I have a clear bowl here. In that clear bowl, I'm going to put vegetable oil. If you have spray, you could just use that, because that's, just a little bit of vegetable oil. And I'm going to leave it over here because at the top of my dough, I'm going to put
put something over my mouth.
Okay. So here's my dough all gathered.
They put me in a van.
Get you a good light. This light's not that great.
As soon as the door's open, take it.
But it's all gathered. All of the dough has come together. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it out. And I'm going to form it into a ball. And this ball of dough is going to go... It's going to go into my bowl here. So... a little bit more on the top of my dough. And I am going to take a towel and I'm going to put it over the top of my dough. So first things first, we need to take and we're going to put a towel on top and I'm just going to pop it in my oven. My oven is not on, but my oven is probably the warmest spot currently because it's really cold. So I'm going to cover this. Now, if you've cooked in your oven and your oven's been off for about an hour, that's even better. It'll help your dough proof a lot quicker. So let's get that going and then I'll come back and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so I have in this pan my bacon. I'm preheating my oven right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my bacon right in here. I'm gonna cook my Italian sausage, and in my pot I'm gonna make my marinara for my calzones of crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna use a little bit of tomato paste. I am going to go in with red crushed peppers, and then basil. The rest of this basil is going to get used in there. That is all gonna go in this pot. I'm gonna put a little bit of sugar in there, render down, and then yeah, that's our marinara. Alright, as you can see, this is my dough. Basically now we're gonna cut it into 3. And then we're gonna spread it out. We're gonna put our filling in there, and then we're gonna put it on a pan and let it rise more. This process, it is best to start this process extremely early. So, I thought I was recording. Apparently, that is not the case. But here, I rolled out my dough. Annoying, how annoying, how annoying, how annoying. Alright, this will be easier. I'm just going to take a big handful and place it on my calzone. I'm gonna put, sorry, let me move you guys over so that you can still see me do this and I'm not in the way. So all those really precious bubbles, you're forcing the air out of them, which prevents a really good rise on your calzone. So be light-handed when rolling this out, like you're barely pressing, because you do want to keep those bubbles. So don't go crazy, which I'm going to go ahead and lay here. My bell pepper and my bacon, right? I'm going to go ahead and put, I don't know if this is just the cheese. I just put it in a bowl so that I didn't have to keep digging in the bag and have to keep putting like a glove on. Yeah. Had to work smarter, not harder. And then I'm just gonna put, so all right. I really hope that it's getting this, because it looks like it's doing a thing where it's kind of yellow, orange, or whatever. So hopefully, all I'm doing, and I'm just tucking. If you guys can't see the ends, I'm just tucking. Come on, wake up. And but that's it. I'll come back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish tucking this, and then I'm gonna take them, put them on the pan, cover them up, and I'll come back in about 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll see where we're at and how far our dough has gotten.